I have a video right here from Charlie that is called Concord might be coming back. And you guys know that Concord is a meme at this point. So I want to watch the video and see what he has to say about it. Because I saw that in Asmon streams, I saw that they are updating some of Concord's files. So that is making people think that Concord might be coming back. So let's see what happens.
People wish for a lot of things. Immortality, to win the lottery, to get taller. But you know what no one would ever wish for? Is to bring Concord back from the dead.
Bro, I don't know. I wish it comes back because it is funny, right? It is not because I want to play it, because I want, not even because of a meme, but just because it is funny, right? So that is why I would want it to come back, for them to pull a Morbius 2 on us.
You could gather all the Dragon Balls an infinite number of times, you could rub every lamp on the planet, and neither the genie nor Shinron would ever receive a single wish to bring Concord back. Concord has to be one of the most pathetic failures humanity has ever come out with, up there with like Smell-O-Vision. It was a $40 dead on arrival, fart fucking shit sucking hero shooter that no one asked for and nobody played, and so Sony buried it 2 weeks later. It barely even had time to open its eyes after leaving the womb, and they...
I believe Charlie played the game. I believe like when it launched. I saw XQC playing it too, and he also said that the game was dog shit. Because, for example, Asmon memes on the game, but he never actually played it, right? So it is different when a person that actually plays it says that the game sucked. So it is different if the person actually played the game, right? And they didn't like it. But again, I would hope they brought it back, bro, because it is fun, it is something. And yes, nobody actually wishes to actually play the game. Like, no, I want the game to come back because I am going to play the game and enjoy it. Nobody says that. Because at this point, for them to actually bring back the game, they will have to just do a new game because that game has too many problems to just fix them with a couple of updates. Because it is not only... I know that we meme on the LGBT and the DEI and all of that, but that wasn't the problem with the game. The game actually sucked, like the gameplay, right? The people didn't enjoy actually playing the game. So to fix that, you are not going to fix that with a couple of updates. You have to rework a lot of the things in the game.
I realized that they were just going to eat a fat loss on it. But right now, there's like a glimmer of hope, and by hope I mean despair, because no one's hoping for Concord's return. But people have noticed that Concord is getting Steam updates. Even though it's been offline for over a month now, there has been almost daily updates to Concord on the back end. This has led many to speculate that maybe Concord might have some kind of return. Much like Jesus when he respawned, this could be Concord's, Phoenix moment rising from the ashes. But I truly hope not, because there is nothing that could save that game. It is an uninspired, unfun hero shooter for $40. Even if it was free, I don't think it would save it. It's still just a game.
And that is a good point. If they are going to bring back the game, they have to make it free. And still, it wouldn't save it, because you have to remember that Concord had a free weekend. Everybody could play it, and nobody played it. Bro, this game is such a meme that it is so awesome. That is why I wanted to return. I wanted to morph out and do the Morbius return, right? So...
game that is worse than all of the alternatives out there, except this one also charged you $40 for the boredom. It'd be like paying $40 to have someone spit in your face. It's just, there's no value in Concord at any level. There's no need for another generic hero shooter. It doesn't do anything new. It doesn't have any reason for...
And when the heroes, you don't want to be them, it is even worse. Like, I actually went and took a look to every Concord character, brother, to see if they had cool characters. And I only liked one character, which was a girl that had like a full suit with a helmet, and she had like a rocket launcher with 4 rockets. that was the only character that I liked. I don't know how it is called. But all the other characters sucked. So when you don't wanna be the heroes, that is the first problem. In a game, in a hero shooter, or in a game with characters, you have to want to be them, or at least think that the characters are cool. Like I play, and I say this all the time, you can say a lot of a person's personality or of someone's personality by looking at what characters they made in a game or at what classes they play in a game. I think that there must be some study that tells you that there is a correlation between the character someone play and the personality. So for example, if I am going to play a Street Fighter, I think Akuma looks cool. I wanna play as Akuma because the character is cool, right? But if there are no cool characters that I wanna play with, then I don't even wanna play the game. So when I play Diablo 4, one of the reasons I like it a lot is because I can play as a druid, and the druid shapeshifts into a werewolf, and I like werewolves, so that makes me want to play the game. Even when the game was in a shitty state, I played just because I could play as a druid, which is cool. But in Concord, you don't have characters that you want to play as. That is a big problem, big problem. So, are they going to fix that in a couple of patches to bring the game back? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Players to play it. So even if it does come back and it's free, I still think it falls right on its fucking face. This is something I mentioned when it was first announced that Sony would be banishing Concord to the Shadow Realm. I am surprised that they didn't at least try the desperate Hail Mary of going free to play before the funeral service. I really did.
Oh, that was something that I wanted to say earlier and I forgot. That they killed Concord really fast. Normally, game studios don't do that, right? Like, they kill it in a couple of weeks. And you have still the Suicide Squad game going, and that game is dead, and they are still going. Like, they have hope that it will work at some point. They didn't have any hope with Concord, and they just they just disconnected that shit. And if they did it with the hope of bringing it back, of doing what they are doing, like, no, we are going to take it down, we are going to fix a couple of stuff, and then we are going to bring it back, then I don't think they would have refunded everyone like they did, but they would have said, hey, we are going to fix the game, be patient with us, or whatever. But they just refunded everyone. I don't know, maybe the intention from the start was to bring the game back at some point, but the refund makes me think that maybe that wasn't the plan and they decided after that. But again, I hope the game comes back because it is funny. And hey, if the game comes back and it is a success, that isn't a problem for me. I will be happy for them. But I don't see that happening.
I think they would do that first because of how much money they clearly put into this project. So it's definitely possible that the idea here is to create a little buzz and do some kind of like Concord XL Magnum, Concord back with a vengeance type deal, and do like a marketing campaign, kind of like what Domino's did. You remember a while back, Domino's had this like almost humiliation campaign where they just kept shaming.
Where I live, there is no Domino's. Oh, where I used to live in Venezuela, in Maracaibo, which is my native city, there was a Domino's pizza, but I never bought pizza there because it was more expensive. Just like homemade pizza was awesome and cheaper. So why the fuck would I buy there? But where I live right now, there is no Domino's.
Themselves like, we heard you. Our pizza sucks. Yeah, our pizza's dog shit. Which is why when we listened to you, we wanted to make it change so that way you wouldn't be saying that anymore. So our pizza's not trash. We changed the formula. Our pizza's not bad anymore. It's good. Like, that might be what they're trying here. Like, we heard players, so the game's free to play and we changed a lot of things to make it more fun, perhaps. That might be what they're going for because Concord's built up like an actual legacy of...
Yes, that is probably what they are doing. But again, do you think they are going to change? Maybe they are changing some stuff in some maps to make the game a little bit more fun. Maybe they are making the game free to play. Maybe they are fixing some skills to again make the game more fun. Gracias, madre. But do you think they are going to redesign the characters, redesign the universe where Concord is at? They are probably not going to do that, brother. That is really hard to do. They will have to do a lot of things because you don't want to play as this character, so they would have to redesign them. And do you think they are going to do that? It is hard to do. Maybe introduce a couple of new characters that people would want to play as. Redesign how the game plays, because for example when XUC played the game, yes, he made fun of the characters, but he actually criticized the actual gameplay of the game compared to Overwatch. So redesigning that is not easy.
I mean, it's an embarrassment, but everyone has heard the name Concord now. So I think what they might try is to bring it back and bank on kind of like Morbius, where they brought Morbius back, except that failed again. I imagine the same would happen with Concord. But the idea really could just be like, hey, we know this was a joke the first time around, we brought it back, this time it's free to play and we listen to feedback. But it's still going to suck shit. I think that's definitely possible, but I still find it unlikely that they're even going to bring it back.
But I say I am going to ask this. Maybe I am an idiot in terms of game development and how much stuff costs. But if you already spent $400 on this shit, it is already made, it is there, and you are shutting it down, that means you already lost the money, right? I know that server maintenance and having the servers online costs money, but if you make the game free to play and you kind of fix some stuff in the game and you manage to bring somewhat of a player base, couldn't you at least pay for the servers and add a little bit more? Isn't that better than just shutting the whole thing down? If you already wasted the money is not coming back, right? So just because having it is better than not having it at this point, just let it be, let it exist, even if it sucks. I don't know, maybe I don't know anything about the business side and it is better to just let it die. But if I already wasted the money, why not? If I can manage a player base to maintain the servers up, because maybe the projection is that they won't have enough players to even pay for the server maintenance, and that is why they shut it down, probably.
In the first place, it is clear this is not a product anybody wants. And like I said, even if Concord does come back and it's free to play, even if every computer is built in with Concord pre-installed, I still just don't think anyone touches it. There's nothing in the game that's good. Like, even if you just wanted to play ranked, like let's say you wanted to be the top 5 Concord player out of all 10 players that play it, you will probably get bored before ever even getting to your 3rd game, because all of the ideas in it don't work. Like the ranked, like the competitive mode is perhaps the worst in all of shooters, where it's round-based. And if you win a round, whatever character you won that round with, you can't play again for the rest of the match. That's so stupid. So you can't even play the characters you want to play. You get one game with them, or one round with them, and if you win, they're gone. They're benched. The coach just subs them out for the rest.
What? I didn't know that, so that is why the game sucked. I told you guys, it is not because the DI bullshit. It is because the actual game sucked. And that thing that Charlie is saying is so stupid. And I told you earlier, you play games, a lot of the reasons you play a game is because you like the characters. So a lot of the times when I go in a massive, like I am in one of my seasons when I am addicted to Dota 2 or to League of Legends, it is because I am spamming 1 or 2 characters that I really want to play. So if they take away the possibility from me, from spamming the character that I want to play, I lose interest in playing the game. And he's saying that in Concord, after you win a round with a character, they take the character away because you are now forced to play with a different character. Fuck that. Fuck that. And I told you earlier, I only saw one character that looked kinda cool. So I play around with that character. And then the other round, I can't play it again. Fuck that. I don't want to play the game. That is stupid. So it is because the game is bad. Of course, this is something they can fix in an update. So let's see what happens.
Rest of the game. It's stupid. There is nothing in Concord that is good. It's all just serviceable and generic. and nobody wants serviceable and generic when the
cinematics
alternatives
were good.
are good and great. So what the fuck
But
is
you
the
can
point in
play
even
those.
bringing Concord back? Now, I did read that it is still unlikely they bring it back, considering the studio that worked on it is exploring other pitches right now to work on a different project entirely. So it seems like, at least internally, they're moving on.
Would you hire that studio, brother? Because if the studio is looking for a different project, like they are probably looking for investors, right, for financing. Would you finance or invest in this studio that just had they spent 8 years working on a project that failed in 2 weeks? And I am not saying this in a bad way, like, oh, they are incompetent or they are bad, fuck them. No, I hope the best for them. I hope they can do something good in the future. I am really asking the question: if you are an investor and you are looking to invest in a game project, are you going to invest in a studio that spent 8 years developing a game that failed in 2 weeks? It is really hard for them, I think, finding something big. Maybe finding something smaller will be easier for them. I sort of disagree with him there. When it comes to all styles of games, I prefer them to be generic. Just a little update is fine by me. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. I can agree with you too. Like, for example, when he said earlier that you wouldn't even play Concord if it came with your PC. I thought in my brain, I immediately thought, brother, like when I was a kid or a teenager, you played whatever was in your PC. Like, today with the internet and all these games, we are so spoiled that we can play whatever we want, that we are more, like our standards are higher than ever. But when I was a teenager, someone gave you a PC and it had a couple of games. It didn't matter if the game sucked. You are going to play them because it is what you can play. And we were, and we enjoyed them even if they were bad and we were less, I don't know, our standards were lower. And I think that my mom bought an iMac and all it had was a Dino game and I played it for hours and hours. Exactly. Brother, I played the pinball game that Windows had, Windows 98 or Windows XP, I don't know. I played that pinball game for hours and it was a stupid game that you only move two things. But it was the only thing I had, so I played that bullshit for hours and hours and hours.
From Concord, and I'm gonna be honest, I am excited to see what they work on next, because it feels like this company might be cursed to just get like the worst projects under its belt. Like, first a $40 hero shooter that no one wanted, and I wonder what else they're gonna get pitched on. Maybe like a Joker 2 musical movie tie-in game or something. Like, I am curious to see what else they produce going forward. Like, I believe there's probably a lot of talent on this team, but whoever the leadership is that's feeding them the idea to make like a hero shooter and shit, they need to be fired ASAP, because that is terrible direction. That is garbage. And I'm wondering if this is like a one-time thing where like this is their big blemish and now it's nothing but bangers going forward. But we'll see. Personally, I don't think they're trying to bring it back. I don't know what the updates on the back end are. Maybe it's like, you know, when like a house gets destroyed and you go on and start taking pictures for insurance. Maybe that's what they're doing.
I was thinking something like that, like when a business goes down and then afterward they go and dismantle the business to sell the parts. But what are you going to dismantle in Concord? Like, it is just a piece of software. You don't need to dismantle anything, right? I don't know why you dare to dismantle it, but maybe there is some software bullshit for the servers that I don't know about that they can do, and they are not going to bring it back, but they are just doing some maintenance or whatever on the back end. That could probably be a case, but again, I hope they pull out the Morbius and they decided to bring it back, because again, they say, well, we invested $400 million in this bullshit, let's invest at 1 million or 2 million more to try to fix it and see what happens, to not lose everything, right? I could see them doing that. I could see myself making that decision just to see what happens. If I already, like, sunk cost fallacy, you know. So they might try it.
On the back end, like, hey, look at all of this. It's such a fucking tragedy. Look at this disaster of a game we made. Can we get some money back or something, you know? I couldn't tell you. But it would be so stupid to put more time, money, and resources into Concord to bring it back. they would just lose even more money than they already have. And
yeah, but as I said, it is like a sunken cost fallacy. I say if I spend 400 million or more on this beach, if I can spend 1, 2, even 5 more and make it work, I will probably try it. I will probably try it. Yes, there is a possibility that I also lose this 5 more. But at this point, fuck it, brother. Fuck it. Maybe it works.
And they have to know that. They have to. Even if they bring it back and it's free to play, they still put more time and money into this game that nobody wants to play. So it just wouldn't make any level.
Brother, I think there will be people that will play it as a meme. But the meme, how much will it last? One day, like, oh, they brought Concord back, let's play it as a meme. And they play it for a day, and the next day the game dies again. But like I said, sunken cost fallacy, like when you are watching a movie and you are like 1 hour into the movie and the movie sucks dick, and you say, I don't like this shit, but I am already 1 hour into it. I am going to finish watching it because what the fuck, I am already here, right? That is sunken cost fallacy. So if I already invested 400 million into this bitch, I am thinking as Sony, right? In this moment, I am Sony. I invested 400 million into this bitch. If I think that because maybe they propose some changes, like, no, let's make the game free to play, and we are going to make ranked this way, and we are going to adjust these characters, and we are going to adjust this game mode, and maybe the game will at least earn some money or at least recoup some part of the investment, but you have to invest 5 million more, let's say. Being Sony, I would probably say, you know what? Fuck it, let's try it. I already wasted a lot of money, let's see what happens. And I am hoping they do, because to me it is a meme. It is funny. Like, I don't think Concord will, if they release it, I don't think it will change everyone's mind. Plus, it is already a meme. You have to understand that the community perception of the game is already a meme. So changing the community's perception about the game will be really, really hard. So I don't know. Of course, we don't know if they are going to bring it back just because they updated some stuff on the back end. But I am hoping they do, because it is funny.
Level of sense to bring it back. It really wouldn't. I do think there is the smallest chance that that is the plan. I really think they might try and convince themselves that, you know, this delusional idea of, we listen to player feedback, so we brought Concord. And
yes,
surely the gamers will come in. You know, like, maybe, like, I do think there's a chance that they are so out of touch that they think they can bring Concord back and use this whole disaster as marketing. Like, yeah,
like Morbius,
the first
like
rodeo
Morbius
was bad, but round 2 is so much better, because we listen to all of you and we want to be more transparent about the development process and everything, so here's all of our substantial changes. But I still think it wouldn't do well. I just think there might be a chance they'd try that. I think it would still be really stupid if they did, though. Hopefully.
Exactly, and that is why I want for them to do it, because it is stupid. That is the point. It is not my money. Plus, we can make more videos and laugh more about it. So yes, please re-release the game and make it free to play. If they make it free to play, I will probably play a couple of matches just to have fun ranting about how much it sucks. But if I have to pay for it, there is no fucking way in hell I play that shit. As Mongol said, once people's perception of a game is bad, it's hard to get them to come back. And he's completely right. That is completely true. Concord is a meme in the community, and changing that will be really hard to pull off. Even if the game is good, people are going to think, wow, Concord, I am not going to try that. That game is a meme. That is stupid. So it will be hard to pull off. They will have to change the name, the characters, and make it free to play and add other game modes. So basically make a new game. At that point, just make a new game, brother.
They're not bringing Concord back. That would be a waste of time. I don't know how many times we have to teach you this lesson, old man. Nobody wants another hero shooter that doesn't do anything new. And in fact, the new stuff it offers are just bad ideas, like with its competitive game mode.
I was going to say, that if it offers something new, there are people that are going to like it. Like Deadlock has an audience because it is a hero shooter, but it is different. It is basically a MOBA shooter. It has more to do with Dota than with Overwatch. So that is why people are liking it. So you could bring a hero shooter that is cool. The problem is that Concord is not that game.
And the game also plays at like 1.5 times speed. Everyone is so abominably slow. There's just no one that is like scratching at their neck wanting Concord back. You're not going to find like a Concord super fan with some kind of like bubblegum tribute statue in their closet to whoever.
Brother, I saw some posts of people that were high on copium saying that Concord was an amazing game. And they were just playing Concord non-stop. So there are people that are maybe, there are two people, I am not saying these are 10K people, these are two people on the whole world, but they want Concord to come back because they want to play it. These two people, and they are not even developers of the game.
The main character was. I can't think of a single character's name in that game. There just doesn't exist a community that wants Concord. So don't bother losing more money trying to bring it back.
Yes,
anyway, though, wanted to
let
talk
them
about
do
it a little bit. That's it.
Don't worry about the money, Sony's
Never mind,
money.
that's
Who
not
cares?
about it. See, I just read another article going over this, and I completely forgot about this statement in the blog post. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game in our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we've decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. That actually does sound like they're teasing some kind of return, somehow Concord return
Please,
type
yes!
moment. That sucks. So really, I'm starting to think that it might actually be trying to come back.
Yes,
I just don't
nice.
see why. It's not like the experience resonated with anybody. There were some people that played Concord quite a bit just trying to farm to get the Platinum Trophy before it went offline. And I think they're misunderstanding that. I think they're thinking that players really liked it, and all the people that were grinding for those hours for the Platinum were fans of the game. They weren't. They just wanted the Platinum Trophy. They were trophy hunters. There wasn't really a community I saw that had any level.
Yes, because I believe that like having the trophy for a game that is not online, that was only online for a couple of weeks, is like a rare feature. And probably in the future you can even sell your account just because of having that trophy. Like, oh, I am going to sell this account for thousands of money because I have the Concord trophy, and that is rare. And that is why people played it a lot, to have the trophy. If the game comes back, then that will be meaningless. Honestly, if they brought it back and it was good, this whole thing might be worth it in the end. Yeah. And what I am saying is that even if they bring it back and it's good, it will be hard even then, even if the game is good, because it is perceived as a meme, right? Like for No Man's Sky, the game is good and everybody recognizes that the game has improved. But some people that don't know that the game has improved still remember when the game sucked and they say, no, I am not going to play that bullshit. So it is really hard to come back from what Concord just went through, right? So let's see what happens. But if it sucks, if it doesn't suck, I hope they bring it back either way, because it is fun. And I am not saying it just because I wanted to bring it back and to fail. I will be fine with it being good and thriving. I don't care. But it is funny either way, right? The price they got on the game is worth something regardless. Yes, a lot of people know about the game because the game was bad, but they know about the game. Like with Morbius, I never watched Morbius. I don't know anything about Morbius, but I know about the movie and I know they brought it back because of the meme. So at least a lot of people know Concord exists. So when if Concord comes back and they see it in the news, like Concord is back, they are going to know, oh, I know this game. This is the game that sucked and it had to shut down. I remember this. But kind of like D4, but Blizzard too big to fall pretty much. Yes, D4 had an awful launch when it launched the first time. And it lost the player base, like 90% of the player base in a week. But they stuck with it, and it is pretty good right now in my opinion. So but D4 had a cool base gameplay. The problem with D4 was the end game. And the characters and the class and the IP is cool. It's the Diablo IP. The problem with Concord is that the Concord IP sucks. It is a new IP. Nobody cares about the characters. And the gameplay itself, apparently, I can't give my opinion because I didn't play it, is bad. So it is hard for them. Even if D4 becomes an amazing game, it's still going to be D4 bad. Exactly. That is happening right now. I have released videos saying, brother, this 6th season is really good. I am enjoying it. You can give it a try or whatever. And people say, nah, brother, I'm good. D4 bad. you know, it is hard to come back from this.
Passion for this. There were people huffing copium that the game could get better over time. Clearly that didn't happen. They just pulled the life support off of it. But I never saw anyone respond positively to the game. I just saw people that were a little more forgiving of how boring it was. But no one that was like, this is the hero shooter. This is going to be my main.
There were a couple of people in Reddit and Twitter that said that.
How absurd that idea is that Concord would be someone's main game. So I still think it's a terrible idea, but rereading that blog post, it does sound like...
Brother, don't protect Sony's money. Charlie's talking in here like he's protecting Sony's money. Like, Sony, don't do this, you're going to lose money. Who cares? Let them do it. Let them waste the money. It is not your money. Fuck them. It is fun. For us, it is fun.
Like they plan on bringing it back, and that they're chalking up to a couple of things that missed the mark and a rocky, sloppy launch. It's just a sloppy, shitty product that nobody wants. And
exactly.
they just don't seem receptive to that. Okay, anyway though, that's about it. Hopefully no more Concord. See ya.
Well, that was cool. That was cool. Thank you, Charlie, for the video. But I do think that it would be cool if they brought it back just because it is fun.
Now, I've seen a lot of people say that
just because it is fun, and I really don't care about Sony's money, so let them do it. And it is not like the game launching again is going to hurt me. Like, oh no, Concord exists. Who cares if Concord exists? Let it exist, brother.